depends on what you want.
Obviously, you know what's going on with Mullins and everything, right?
Yeah, I've talked to him.
Okay. And so obviously we're looking for things that have gone down, stuff that he's been a part of, everything like that. Now I know he's changed his life.
Yeah.
Right. He's cleaned up.
Yeah.
And like I tried to explain to him, I know you have a son, what, 4-year-old?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Don't
he
hear me.
tried to explain to me that he's trying to be a good role model for your son.
Yeah.
And I tried to explain to him, and it didn't seem to be sinking in that he can try to be a good role model, but he has to get past this first.
Yeah, he's got to face the consequences for what he has done.
He has done, and we know he's done a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
When he was with Melissa, and
Oh, yeah.
Ellis.
Yeah, I don't even want to go there on Ellis.
Him and Ellis have been, they all three of them were breaking into a lot of houses and doing a lot of crazy stuff. So, I don't know who would be calling me from California. But anyways, has he brought any property to your house since you guys have been hooked up?
No, the only thing that the property, the car that is there is his, but I know I paid for part of that. We got that from the tow yard, so I know that's legal. And then the only thing that he brought with him was clothes and a wrench and a little knife. That's pretty much all he had. And his tablet.
I understand that when he would steal stuff, he'd take it over to John Henson's.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And cluck it for dope.
Yeah.
And that's what they did with the tractor.
Yeah. Well, the tractor. You don't know where the tractor is at?
It's at Mr. Ramirez's house.
Yeah, George, right?
George Ramirez's house.
Yeah, because I told Guy that a while back.
Okay, they told Guy that a while back? Well, we know that they did that. What this is all coming down to is, recently, as of the 8th, there was watches and stuff stolen. And I don't think...
Ellis, I know that Ellis had taken some watches and stuff and tried to sell them over at John's, because I remember because there was one, I remember telling, I remember that I was going to ask him, like, what had been missing, because Ellis had come and was trying to pawn a bunch of stuff, and,
Pawn where?
to John.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if John took any of it or not. I don't remember.
So if John wouldn't have taken it, what would he have done? Got rid of it?
Ellis, I don't know if Ellis is able to go over to Sweeney's, but that would be the only place that I would know of. Would be Sweeney's, because Ellis John told him to get lost, and he kind of did.
Because I know him, John and Ellis had fallen out.
Yeah, because I guess you guys had supposedly gone to the house and said that. Supposedly, you guys had gone in the house and told John that Ellis, Matt, and JD had, been writing on him saying that they had been giving his stuff, that they had been taking stolen property over there. And so Ellis went over that night, and John told him, don't come back.
Okay. Speaking of JD, where does JD get his stuff from?
It hasn't been from John as recently, because Wendy's his old lady's tried to tell him to cut JD off, yeah.
Because from what I understand is JD got some guns, and I'm assuming he got them from John, and he was out around town clucking, and these are part of our burglary guns that we're looking for.
Okay.
So would he be getting those from John?
He could have gotten them from John, or with JD, because JD and his dad too. So, because JD, Jose, I don't know what the last name is. I'm not quite sure the last name. I've heard the first name. JD
JD's the
was
white guy,
working.
right?
No, JD's. I don't think he's white. He's Mexican.
Are you talking about JD Arvizu?
Yeah.
Okay. We're talking about different JD.
Okay.
You're talking about Jose Arvizu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Jose and JD. Yeah, they.
Well, I'm talking about the skinny white guy with the short hair. Guy tall.
Used to live on Inkadub in Golden Acres.
I don't think I know that one. No. No, because that guy is Philadelphia man. So yeah, no, I don't know that JD.
So, what is, since you talked to, I'm trying
because he said, well, if I would have known they were coming for me, I would have ran. And I said, why? I said, because there's no point in it. You need to. It's all going to catch up with you eventually. You need to just get it. If you really want to get your life together, you need to just let it all catch up with you, get it over and done with, and move on.
Kim, I'm telling you, if he wants to get this, because as we're working this, we're going to start throwing on more charges on him. So if he wants to get out in front of this, because there's a county right now with the county attorney with him and Melissa, and then we got this case, and then we already got like 4 other cases lined up. Yeah. So if he wants to get out in front of this, he needs to come and contact us and say, hey, look, this is what's going on, and let us know, because at that point, I can talk to the county attorney about wrapping that all up into one and getting him out, because he does look a lot different from the last time I've dealt with him.
Yeah. And
he looks like he's getting his life straight.
Yeah.
And the last thing I want to do is get him down that rabbit hole to going back to that life.
Yeah.
But if he plays the game and wants to, do his thing, what's going to happen is...
he got hold up with Steve, so I'm hoping Steve's not going to talk him out of whatever I've already talked him into, you know.
Well, I recommend that the next time you talk to him, you say, this is the deal.
Yeah.
Because if we can get, like I said, if he plays this game, what's going to happen is he's going to get what he gets for now, and then as soon as we get the other information, because we're this close to getting it, and you know we're going to get it.
And Melissa hasn't given it up already?
Oh, Melissa's giving us up a
I
lot of shit.
I figured Melissa would have already given everything up already.
Also, what I'm looking for is shit that Melissa's done for him. Okay. I've known she's been making forging titles and shit
that
like
border
that.
patrol job that she had or whatever, supposedly, I don't know, that job, she was taking the credit cards and the names of the people and using it to buy stuff online. And she bought a printer online where she was making IDs and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know specifically she was making temporary titles for Mullins.
Yeah, for his
vehicles.
Yes, that is true.
And I gave him the opportunity to run her over, and he didn't take it.
Well, he's gonna regret that one. Let me tell you.
So I mean, he was throwing out the normal stuff that we all know. Oh, she makes IDs. She does that. Everyone knows that. But I know specifically that she was making fake titles for his vehicles, but he didn't want to touch that.
All right. Well, when he said he was going to county today, so I'm not sure if that's true or not. But when he calls me either today or tomorrow, I'll talk to him.
Let him know, because if he's willing to work with us, we can work with people, and I'll talk to the county attorney and be like, hey, wrap all this stuff up. Let's use him for our side, but it's going to be up to the county attorney. I'm not guaranteeing that's what's going to happen.
I've tried hitting around to him that he needs to just fucking throw Melissa under the bus and do all this shit, and I've kind of tried hinting,
So when was the last time he had any involvement with John?
It's been, supposedly he says he left Melissa's back in November, or like November, December. Or no, it was a little bit before that, because I started talking to him, because I didn't really know him very much when he was, with Melissa and all that. I met him afterwards, because his sister-in-law is my son's daycare teacher. And, he shouldn't have had any involvement with him since before last year, like the end of last year. And as far as I know, he's been at home all the time, but I do go to work. I don't know what happens between the time I go to work and go home.
And I'm going to be honest with you, from looking at him, he might be involved in some side shenanigans, but it doesn't appear that he's knee deep into it. But what about this? What about Melissa? What kind of stuff do you know that she's into recently?
All I know is what he has told me about the past, because I've never actually met Melissa. I just know what I hear. And he didn't really tell me too much. I mean, the fact that she's into robbing houses and stuff like that. But
I know she'd break into houses with him, and she'd go pilfering through the ID stuff.
Yeah. And because she wanted, and what Melissa's really smart in some ways. She doesn't have much common sense. She's got book smart, but what her deal is that she's good at using people to do her dirty work for her. Yes. So she would have them go take the stuff to John and stuff.
And that's what I was telling Mullins. I said, dude, I know she's manipulated the crap out of you to get stuff for her, and he just would not give it up.
Well, if he's not going to give it up, he's going to be awfully hungry while he's in county. So let me tell you.
So you need to, like I said, it's up to you what you decide to do, but I would recommend that you talk to him and be like, you need to call him up, you need to talk to the detective again and tell him the truth.
Yeah.
Because it's just going to get worse for him as further we go.
Yeah.
And if he's really being a good role model for your son and he's cleaning his life up, this is not the shit he needs to be settling down on. So that I'm going to leave up to you
Okay.
as far as that. Now, do you think Melissa would be taking people's IDs for tax reasons, and like filing their taxes to get their money back?
Yeah, that does sound like something that she would be into. I could always ask Matt. But I think he's mentioned before something about taxes because that's what my son's father used to do. So.
And the reason I ask is the sheriff was the victim of identity theft.
That sounds like something Melissa would do.
And I'm wondering
honestly.
if that's something she would do,
Yes, that's
because
something she would do. Yeah.
you know how
That's not good. Yeah, that's not going to end well.
But like I said, you talk to Mullins,
Okay.
you gotta let him know it's gotta be. You gotta tell us the truth
Yeah.
and come clean, because if he's holding back, it's just gonna bite him in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now Ellis,
I hate that
he's a piece of work who seems to be just drag everyone down.
Yeah.
Now, why is him and Mullins? Why are they wanting to protect each other so much?
Really?
Yeah.
That surprises me.
Yeah.
That one surprises me because.
Well, Mullins was more willing to throw him under the bus than he was to throw.
Yeah, well, because. Yeah, Matt wants to throw him under the bus because.
I'm sorry, Ellis was more willing to throw Matt under the bus than Matt was to throw Ellis under the bus.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's because Ellis. I've told Matt too. Ellis is just out for himself, and Alice was after my ass too when I told him no, so that made him angry. But I don't know. Matt's being really stupid right now, and I know that the whole don't snitch. But really, you do what you're gonna do. You gotta face the consequences. I don't know. So I really don't know that one because the only thing that I know that they have done together was the robbing of the houses. I really don't know of anything else that they've done
How many did
together.
he tell you that he did? Because I know of at least 12.
Oh, I don't know. I know they would go out every night. So down there in Three Canyons, I know that was them. And then down there by off of Hereford, like Jackson, all that, that was Ellis. So.
From what I understand is Ellis was down in Three Canyons Wild Horse also.
Yeah, he was down there too. Yeah.
So he was with them,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but Matt was already with me when the stuff on Jacksel was happening. So that one, I don't think he had anything to do with that because I wasn't working.
How did it become that Ellis got with Matt and Melissa? How did they?
I have no idea. Well, I think it might have been over at Conjon's. Yeah, because Melissa and Matt would go over there and Ellis would go over there. I really don't know where Ellis came from. He just kind of popped out of the woodwork.
Is it just the three of them? Because I was always under the impression there was another person involved in that.
And I think it was
breaking.
Conjon.
Do you think he was out there breaking in?
Yes,
Shit too?
I think he was. Yes, it was either that or it's either Conjon or JD, Arvisu. Yeah, it was one of them two.
Okay. And Conjon, he takes just about anything, right?
Yeah.
And where's he getting his dope from to pay these guys?
Will. Black Rob, Will. Over there, the Arizona Fuel that first left. That run, it looks like it's run down and nasty.
Is it a brick
Nathan?
house?
Yeah.
Nathan.
Yeah.
Nathan Williams.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's where.
Because
I
Will
think
has
that's
the
where
whole front
JD was
thing
selling
with
his guns at. The other
Yeah.
JD.
And Ellis had a car dolly over there, I guess, and was trying to get it back and was throwing a fit over it. And he had there's a car dolly that's going around that was stolen. I think Will has it right now, but yeah.
What about any other high-ticket items that are floating around over there?
Over at Conjon's? Besides the tractor, I know there was.
Let's talk about the
Couple
tractor
tractors.
really quick.
So the tractor came from over there in Palomitas. It was there was a house that it was sitting out on, and early in the morning Matt just went and got on it, acted like he owned it.
From what I understand is Melissa was with him when he did that.
She dropped him off. What she would do is when they would go and take things, like I think there was a couple that truck. Melissa got busted with that truck that one time.
That red truck?
Yeah, and she would drop him off, and then he would take it, and then they would go. And with that same thing happened with the tractor. But with the tractor, Conjon had told Matt that George needed a tractor. Matt said, "Okay, well I know where there's one at."
Really quick, George
Ramirez over there off
Bro.
Yeah.
Has like a
half brick wall. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And as far as I know, the tractor is still over there.
Do you remember what color it was?
It was like one of them. It was like one of them big yellow ones, like a Caterpillar. It was
Does it have like a?
I think it was one of the dump ones.
There you go. I'm asking what type it is.
Yeah.
Does it have a thing on the back of it?
Yeah, I believe it had one on both
Okay.
ends, but I'm not completely sure because I never actually seen it. I just have been told because Conjon was saying that he had the tractor over Matt's head
Gotcha.
because he knew where it was and that it was still at George's, and that was just a month or two ago,
And it was yellow?
And yeah,
Okay.
and so Matt took it to Conjon, and Conjon sold it, gave him like $600 and some dope. Turned around and took it over to George for $3,000.
Whew.
Yeah. So
did Conjon ask Matt to pick that
Yes.
up, or is that just something Matt just
No.
said?
no, Conjon had asked him.
So it was
He
a
told
ticket
him.
item that
Yeah.
Matt went and plucked specifically for.
Yes, because Conjon and Matt were really good friends until the whole Melissa thing. And, Conjon would say, I need this, or somebody needs this, or I need this. Because they would go, oh, don't you dare tell Matt. They would go into empty houses and stuff and, take, the tile and the flooring and stuff like that. And a lot of that's in John's house.
John's house, from what I
Yes.
understand, is he was rebuilding. That's how people would bring
Yeah.
stuff over to him, so then they
Yeah.
could just do it.
And a lot of the tools over there are
Are
stolen.
stolen.
Yeah. And the jewelry, all the jewelry's gone to Golden Rule. So any of the jewelry that's been stolen has been taken to Golden Rule because they give him a special price on it. They give him.
Give John a special price?
Yeah, they give him a good deal when he takes his.
And they know
old
it's
stuff.
stolen?
I would assume they know because
Because of the,
look at John.
Yeah.
John.
yeah, Golden Rule.
Yeah.
And that's the one right over here on 92, right?
Yeah, by where the old pub used to be.
Okay.
So the tractor's still over there
At
at
George's.
Ramirez's.
Yep.
Have you seen it over there?
I've been over there. I think it's in the backyard, but I've never. George doesn't like me because of Arthur, because him and Arthur had that beef where George pulled the gun on Arthur and Arthur broke his arm. So, yeah. So George, and when George knew that I was with Arthur, he won't touch me with a 10-foot pole. So when I go over there, I have to wait outside the gate.
I'm gonna ask, and maybe you know or not, or I've heard. Did they change the appearance of the tractor or anything? Do you know?
No, I don't think so. Not that I know of. Yeah, nothing like that was talking. I don't think they're that bright. George maybe, but I'm pretty sure he didn't.
No, that's what he's saying is when George got it, you think he would change it?
Yeah.
No, I
Like,
don't think so. He might have tried to take serial numbers off or anything like that if they have that, but I'm pretty sure it's still just sitting in there, in his yard. If you drove past and you could look good enough
How long ago has that been? From what I understand, it's been quite a
that
while.
I know it was still there or that it happened.
No, that it was stolen.
It's been quite a while, yeah. But I don't know if it was ever reported or not. I know the house that it was taken from over there in Palominas, but because you could get out through the Three Canyons way. He cut a hole in the fence and left money on the fence, ironically, and just went
Who
through
cut
it.
the hole?
Matt.
Matt did?
Yeah, to get to Conjon's without having to touch pavement too much.
Okay.
Yeah. And I know which house it is if I've seen it, and I'm pretty sure it's for sale now, but I don't know the name of the road or anything.
Rio Santiago.
Yeah, something like that.
could you point it out on a Google map?
No, I'd have to see that.
Have
Well,
to
if I
see-
see
okay.
the actual house, yeah.
And how do you know it's for sale?
Because Matt and I his niece and nephew or whatever live out there, Michael and Danielle.
Michael?
And we went there and we went by Melissa's to see if some of his stuff is still there, and then went through the back way down to go home around it, to Hereford.
Was he pointing out houses he hit?
Only that house. Yeah, that was the only one. Because he was talking about how he was worried. Because I had told him that Conjon had said that he still had that to hold over his head. And so he was like, well, I don't know what to do about it. And so, he pointed out that that's where it came from. Because he doesn't know that I talked to Guy or anything like that. So he tells me things, and I've, passed some of it along, but he doesn't know that.
Okay.
So.
We're not going to use your name. I would recommend that you tell Matthew he needs to have a come to Jesus moment.
Did you?
Because-
Yeah.
Because if he's going to get his life completely together and get away from this,
Yeah.
and start a life with you and your son,
Yeah.
this is the way to do it.
Yeah.
Not this crap that he's doing
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know. I've tried. I don't know. I've tried. But I'm hoping that, I don't know. I don't know what to think. So I knew it was coming, and I think he knew it was coming, but
He's still not really ready to face it.
no, he's not. And that's what I was afraid of, If feel bad for his mom. She's like 80, and I'm having to be the one to break her heart.
Like I said, there's
He's
already a case of county attorney previous for the tire shit with him and Melissa.
so yeah. I don't know the whole story on that one either, but I think those tires ended up at Con John's too.
No, they were at Melissa's house.
They were at Melissa's house. Okay, yeah. Because I think by that time, Con John already knew, or everybody was already talking about how Melissa was, you know, snitching out and sleeping with every cop on the books and all that stuff. You know, she spreads. That's what she says. Yeah.
Yeah.
She throws guys' name out there and work guy's name. Oh yeah. She throws those names out there like no other. So everyone's all afraid of Melissa, but I haven't done anything wrong, so I'm not.
Like I said, Melissa was quick to talk, but Matthew wasn't.
Yeah. And that kind of surprises me. It kind of doesn't. I don't know.
He told us a little bit about Melissa, but the stuff that everyone knows.
Yeah,
about
and that's
how he
because I
takes-
think he's afraid of her in some ways, because she knows just as much about him as he knows about her, and he's lucky that I can't reach the phone and slap him for that one, because
Well, that's
she
what,
needs to.
that's why
be
I'm
going.
bringing it to you to give you the opportunity to make him come
Yeah.
and that comes you.
Okay. Well, do you have a card on you so I can
Give me my card.
at least call you or whatever if he tells me something?
Okay.
So
I can contact the county attorney, and I was going to contact him this morning because of that previous case and this case, and we were just going to discuss it. And depending on if Matt wants to talk to me, it's completely his choice.
okay.
I can then talk to them again and say, hey, look, this is what he's proposing,
Yeah.
and let the county attorney make an informed decision from there.
Okay. Yeah. So I shouldn't have left my phone at home today, but I'm getting off at 12, so I will definitely next time he calls. I will.
Let me, what is your phone number?
255-5140. And you have to call because I can't see texts right now.
Yeah, it was all fucked up last week.
So.
But then you called him anyways.
Huh?
You called Matt from Haley's phone.
Oh, because he had called her, and Haley did not like seeing you. She was
I don't
freaking
know why.
out.
So
Because you guys had that tiff years and years ago when you arrested her.
No
and
one
she
had
still-
any tiff. Someone was committing criminal activity, and I
Yeah.
was just there. I don't know.
So
I caught her.
real quick, Kim, before we take
Yeah.
off. Anything else that we need to know? Because if this ball gets rolling and we get a lot of steam behind it, at that point we're taking no prisoners.
I know.
So
Okay.
is there anything else we need to know?
I don't think there's anything else that I know, honestly. I don't think I know that much more than what he's already told you.
So
or
what are the two places, Matt? You said either Con John or
Sweeney.
Sweeney?
He lives over there off Glen. Yeah. So.
And how long
And
is
anything that Conjon's gotten rid of would have gone to Will.
Black Will?
Yeah. Well, we call him Black Rock.
Black
Yeah,
Will.
that's fine. Rob, yeah, we know.
So how long does Con John hold on to stuff before he gets rid of it?
It depends on where he sets it. It's so nasty in there. He just wherever, if he sets
That
it down.
place is
or
a
remember-
shithole.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, like, if Con John took those watches, where would
The pawn shop. Oh no.
Golden Rule?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So.
If you hear anything, give me a call.
I will.
If I have any questions for you, I'll call you.
Okay.
All
No
right.
problem.
Thank you.
you.